Hey everyone, and welcome to Razor's Edge. This is Jim covering Survive the Fall. The developers released a pretty significant patch to address several issues. Most of them were quality of life improvements, but I just want to read some that I've found with the assistance of another tester that I'm working with. Couple things to point out: sleeping in beds. There's a bed trinket that will grant you 20% faster sleeping for bunks. That only affects one out of the two beds. Minor detail, and none of these are game breaking bugs. They're just that, but they are worthy of pointing out. And you notice that their hit point regen is faster than one than the other. As far as sleeping. Another bug that was found was during the preparation day in the expedition screen. If you remove remove the weapon before you take the ammunition out, you'll lose the ammunition. It's gone. The same thing with like accessories for backpacks that give you the placeables screen. I can't show you in this screen, but I'll point them out when I get there. Those also disappear. If you pull the backpack out, those will be gone. That's just if you're readjusting them before the actual expedition. So right now I have everybody performing a job function. Just got back from an expedition. I also did note that I still get stuck on objects. Sometimes you could use a sprint and a dodge to get out of those situations, but I have found more often than not I have to teleport to another location which passes time, by the way, so you're gonna be more hungry. It's not something I like to do to get out of those stuck positions, but again, it's not game breaking, it's just an inconvenience. So that said, everything else has kind of made life a little bit easier. They've changed. I'm not going to read the patch notes. But those are just some of the bugs that we found. So I'm going to go ahead and fast forward or move time forward. Send everybody out on their tasks. And get ready for the prep. I needed more health kits, so I've got not the ideal people doing all the... Because you can queue them up. And sometimes that's actually beneficial, like Rust here. If I want to have him, if I want to queue him up for another action, I don't think I can here. But if I want him to work on another station, I can do that. I wish I could say make, say a machete and then go repair. You know, another item or repair some broken items in my inventory. That right now doesn't work. It's something that I've also pointed out to the devs. It'd be nice it's nice to queue up multiple actions, because if like say if I wanted to pick Bubba and make him sleep after he finishes that, it says he's already on another task. Do I want to... Well, it's not even doing it. I'm not sure what's going on with that. Maybe he just can't. Yeah, here it is. Okay, so I can queue it for him to go pick that up. That way, and I try to get everybody doing at least two things. So they've got one action in progress and then one queued up. That way everybody's staying busy and moving the day forward in what I call the prep portion. I'm waiting for this research to be done by Jen. That's going to give me a lot more research points. I don't think I have the resources to build anything additional. Oh, I take that back. The rubble collector is for the lumber mill. I guess I can build that. So I'm going to go ahead and have them do that. And we're going to have him do that. I should be able to click on him. I don't want him to do that. So that's queued up. Not by the right person, but it is queued up. So I'm going to fast forward time. I'm going to pause the recording as we get all this preparation done. I think that's going to run out of fire. If I saw that correctly, it requires some firewood. So we're running low on that, and I can't have her or anybody make firewood until we collect more or process more lumber into firewood. So, or this one right here, sorry. As you can see, it's paused because we're short on firewood. All right, so I'm pausing. Okay, the rubble pile finished. I can actually now click on here and it allows me to pick it'll recommend a player. Sorry, I had to pause to cough. I can actually select a character and click on the harvest rubble that I just built, that wagon looking thing. And I can select an area for an excavation point and it'll gather rubble. I believe the research has now been unlocked. No, I don't know. Looks like it's finished. Oh, stop. Technology. No, she's still working on it. So I have most of them have finished both their primary action and their secondary action. So I did make another armor piece in the tailor section. So we have that. We're gonna make another coat as a backup because it's an actual ingredient for the vest, as you can see, and we are running low on the copper wire. So at least we'll have one of the pieces that we need. I'm trying to get as many of these out of the red as possible so that they don't fall off at the end of the day. You do lose, if you're over your storage limit, you will lose items within here. And it doesn't discriminate. It usually takes the most valuable ones, which can be a little frustrating. So, let me, I want to make sure that we've got repairs. Because we do have some things that have taken some damage. So I'm going to put that in there to be repaired. We just made another backup blade. And we're out of wire. So forget that. It's not going to happen. So I'm going to click on build now. We have some more resources. Yeah, wire is our bottleneck. So, but we can do the sanitary facility, which is something that we wanted. Goes into, I believe I can put it in here along with the rubble pile. So let's go ahead and get that started. So we are placing, we're now getting to a point where we have enough resources to start placing down a lot of these items, these buildings that we need to process. So I'm really quite happy with the progression here. And he already ate. I'm gonna have him sleep. And you could see the bonus on that. All right, I'm gonna pause and let time fly here. Okay, so the research is now finished, and I definitely want to get the tree harvesting wood in the camp more efficiently. So definitely gonna spend 5 points out of the 17 from our research. Let's see what else. We have just about everything unlocked that's or open that's not actually locked. Just trying to figure out. Reduces rate of stasis contamination and blah. Components. Okay. Foundry sounds Let's see, provide additional 2 armor points. And we should be able to get one more thing here. That's the camouflage. We're getting to a point now where we really need more. Workbench level 2. There we go. And that's going to be it. So I think we're doing pretty good as far as our research goes. And definitely getting everything built. So I'm pretty happy with the progress. I'm just going to pause now and get everybody set up for these last few minutes before the next day. Make sure they're rested up, healed up for the expedition. But I think we're pretty close. I think we're good. Yeah, I've queued everybody up as best I could. Maybe get Zach some extra sleep. It's probably not gonna take him off the rubble pile. I don't think it's gonna make a big difference, so there's not much time left in the pre-night phase, what I call it. So yeah, it looks pretty good. Let's we're gonna do this, and then I'm gonna move into an expedition and see what we can dig up, because we might as well cover a little bit of game along with some of the bugs from the patch. So this is what I was talking about in preparation. So you would wonder, why on earth would you pull something off an inventory? Well, I switched out the armor, which opens up the trinket slot. And in fact, I wasn't even thinking about it, and I did it. And now I've lost the trinket that was in that slot. And that's gone. So I'm going to have to go back to my save game, which I saved right before the end of the day cycle. Because in fact, it did throw away that item, and I lost it. So I'm going to load my save, and yeah, we'll do this again. Okay, so I got it back. So I'm going to make sure. So I don't want this ammo to go in there. And I want to remove the bow. So I remove the ammo first. And then we want to select the weapon that he's going to use. And I don't see the rifle because I believe it's being used by... So she's got the shotgun. And he's got the rifle. So that requires that ammo type. I did make more, but it wasn't finished yet. I've got the trinkets all loaded up per character. And now I believe we just need to give him a weapon. And we'll be good to go. That uses the same ammo type, and it's not very accurate, but it's all we can make. We could actually use an arrow. I do often find arrows in the field. So I think we're all set. I've got primarily the key locks, a torch, things that I need to open additional areas, some food and healing. And I think we're ready to go. So let's go ahead and start expedition. And I probably picked the wrong fast point area for the mission that I have, but we'll find out. All right, so let's take a look at the map. And I want to get to these passages. So we're here. So there's an unlock here that we can do. These are just, it does show you what block is blocking you. Let's take a look at our journal. We need to rebuild the dams. That takes wood. Radio station. Let's see, intercept CB. So these are all our quests. These are the main quests, obviously, and finished quests, side quests. So we're gonna eventually. I'm gonna have to break down and rebuild this stupid dam. But I just don't want to waste the lumber until I get that lumber station down. So I think we'll do a side quest for this one. And we're going to go ahead and make that our active quest by holding the F key down. Let's see where that is. All the way down here. So we're going to fast travel to the stasis zone. I should be able to get there. Get to there from there, wasting a lot of time. But I did pick the wrong area. All right. So let's take a look at the map again. I should have it highlighted in blue of where we're going. Shoot chain. Not available from the front. All right, that's interesting. We'll try to stay out of this. All right. So we need the axe, which is in the backpack. Let's go ahead and click that over to him. Collect our wood. All right, I'm going to figure out how to get up to that area without wasting a lot of your time, viewing time, but I'll get up there. So what I'm doing is I'm slowly working down around this mountain pass. I should be able to get down to the area I need. It's just going to take me a while. And I just used a torch to get into this area, so I'm pretty sure I'm going to be short a torch. So we may have to come back, just harvest as much as we possibly can. But yeah, I'm pretty sure we're going to hit a blocker. But I'm trying to get around this mountain. And it looks like I'm going to have to get a little dirty. Alright, we want to get out of here. Come on, guys. So we did get a little bit of stasis poisoning, but nothing that can't be recovered. And I'm around the mountain, so... But I think we're going to hit a point up here. That's a shame. Just collect everything we can. Not a lot of, all right. I don't know why those bug out sometimes, but it shows that there's resources there. But yet, they're not highlightable unless it fell off the cliff. I no idea. We have a shovel. There we go. Now, see, that time it showed up and we didn't get it. So I don't know. It's another bug. I do point these out to the devs in little clips. Oh, we need that. We definitely need that. A lot of empties. All right, we hit a camp. That's great. Not a whole lot of weapons. Let's pause here. See if we can't Let's see if we can't lay down some traps. I think that's Liz. No, it's Dan. Oops. He's active. No placeables. She's gonna put down the beacon. And we'll crouch. I didn't get the traps down. Hopefully we can pull away some of these guys. Do an execute. Not pulling him off the door. Maybe they're friendly. I think they are. Let's pick that back up. It's a waste. I hope they're friendly. They're just standing there. All right, good. All right, I'm going to cut through this. I'm going to pause while we get through the dialogue, find out about the radio tower, because I don't want to do any spoilers. So apparently to do this quest, I need to collect... we've got the food, but we need dirty water. And I'm going to have to go back and get that. So in order to get through the progression of the radio station, I'm going to have to go get some material. I'm not going to do that on this recording. Unless it's like auto-magically right here. I doubt it. But we may be able to salvage some of the items in here. Fill up our inventory and then head back. Come back with the items that we do need. Dude. Quite a bit here, too. Alright. Get the pathing worked out here. So, quite a bit of stuff here. I'm gonna bust this gate down just because it's material. And we need that. Need the copper. So anyway, I'm gonna keep doing that. I forget that I'm recording. I just play. So I'm gonna get all that stuff and then we'll come back with what they need and prepare another day of the camp. But hopefully this is helpful as far as some of the bugs I've encountered. Make sure that because I don't want you to lose your trinkets. I meant to record this one the day of the patch and I just got busy. So thanks for watching and we'll see you on the next episode of Survive the Fall and then other videos that I cover. Again, if you like the video, hit like and subscribe. If you like the channel, I appreciate it. And as always, peace and take care.